I never imagined I'd be the kind of man to walk away from someone I love deeply. But when pride outweighs respect, love withers. That's exactly what happened with Elena. We met in college. She had this infectious energy, a laugh that could fill the entire room. Bold, ambitious, and unafraid to speak her mind. She was fire, and I was a calm that seemed to balance it. For a while it worked. Her passion awakened something in me, and my steadiness gave her a sense of grounding. After 5 years together, we quietly tied the knot at a small vineyard just outside the city. No grand gestures, no spectacle, just us, a handful of family, a few friends, and 1,000 silent promises. At least, I thought that's what we shared. In the beginning, everything felt right. We built a life together, pursued our careers, and traveled when we could. She thrived in marketing, I in architecture. We laughed, argued over trivial matters, and reconciled with ease. I thought we were unshakable. But 2 years into the marriage, things began to shift. Elena became distant. Not cold, but distracted. Her phone was always out of reach, messages arriving at odd hours. She stayed late at the office more frequently. Whenever I asked if everything was okay, I was met with irritation. You're overthinking. I'm not your possession. I tried to trust her. I really did. But trust isn't blind. It doesn't ignore red flags. One evening, I returned home early from a meeting. Her car was in the driveway, but the house was dark. At first, I thought she was asleep. Then I heard her voice and another man's. I didn't storm in. I just listened, and what I heard shattered me. The next morning, she acted as though nothing had happened. She kissed me on the cheek, smiled, made coffee. I looked at her and realized I didn't know this woman anymore. Later that night, I confronted her. Are you seeing someone else? I asked. She looked me square in the eyes, completely unshaken. Why do you get to dictate who I can be with? No guilt, no hesitation, just pride, the calm certainty that I was the one being unreasonable. I didn't scream. I didn't beg. I didn't cry. I simply nodded and said, all right. That night, sleep eluded me. I lay next to her, listening to her breathing, wondering how many lies had been told in our bed. And then it hit me. I wasn't angry anymore. I was finished. Over the following days, I prepared quietly. I spoke to a lawyer, moved funds to a separate account, rented a furnished apartment across town, and packed my essentials while she was at work. On a Friday, I left a note on the kitchen counter. You chose your path. I'm choosing mine. I'm leaving without fight or drama. I blocked her number, deleted photos, changed my emergency contacts, and disappeared. She tried to reach out, calling my parents, showing up at my workplace. But by then, I had already made arrangements for security. She never saw me. I later learned she tried to rewrite the story to friends, claiming I was controlling and abusive. But I had proof. Emails, messages, timestamps. Truth has a way of surfacing quietly. It's been over a year. I have peace, real peace. I sleep deeply, wake without dread, focus on my work, hike on weekends, and paint again. No arguments, no suspicion, no games, just clarity and quiet that feels like freedom. Sometimes I wonder if she regrets it. If those words she once said, you don't get to decide who I'm with, ever haunt her. Maybe they do, maybe not. But it doesn't matter. On that day, she made her priorities clear. I simply stepped out of her life, granting her the freedom she wanted, and keeping my own.